Hello everyone, my name is Brian and welcome back to another Smite commentary. This time around I am playing a requested god in a requested game mode. I was asked to play Anubis in either Arena or Conquest. Since I want to play Conquest a bit more, I figured I could just play him in Conquest, and the only real role he's somewhat capable in is in the mid. Maybe jungle, perhaps, it kinda depends a bit, but I'll play him in the mid. This is actually a two-part game. I have two games I played in a row with Anubis mid, and I kind of wanted to discuss the differences between both games and see if I can learn something from both of them. Just a heads up, this is how the two games really are two different worlds in how they are performed and how they are going, so you definitely notice that. Definitely watch out for the second one. The second one is just, well, I'll get back to that later in the second one, but we'll just start off with this one. So, I'm starting Anubis. Getting Vampiric Shroud is definitely necessary, especially for the regen, the mana regen, the health regen. The additional health is just the best item you need as a mage in the mid lane. As Anubis you can't really get away with anything else if you don't have a mana buff, otherwise you might have gone for a tier 2 Bancroft's Talon, but since that's not the case, you definitely need to pick up something else. Since Vamana's asking me to attack, I'll just go for this one. Otherwise I might have been able to attack both of them. As you can see, I just barely can't reach it, but that's no big issue. We still clear it pretty fast, and at this point I have the rep buff, so I can just go to the mid lane. Left side got invaded by the Thanatos. It's something you need to be aware of when you play against the Thanatos. Thanatos very powerful. Was able to pick up that first blood. I kinda ignore Raijin. His damage isn't too great, but he does force a health potion on me. That's no big of an issue. I did clear the entire wave and he needs to deal with it, so I can kinda rotate to help out my team. That's still continued to be, well, rotated on. Unfortunately enough, my placement while standing still is a bit unfortunate. If I was a bit more to the side, that Bakasura might have slid past me, surviving. Fortunately enough, that was not the case. Barely able to kill this Thanatos. Kinda want to fight this one. Nice interrupt. I was retreating. I didn't know Akwang was behind me, so I left him alone. And that was really unfortunate. A bit unfortunate. Otherwise, we probably would have survived, both of us. A bit of misplay on my part again. A bit unfortunate. Definitely very unfortunate. We have a Vamana as support. Kinda miscommunication. A bit unfortunate. We do need to be a bit careful at this point. Well, actually it's 4 on 4, so that's quite interesting. But I did pick up 2 of the kills. A bit unfortunate that I could have prevented 2 deaths of my team, perhaps. If I was with my one a little bit more to the side, to the left. Then Bakasura might have been able to dodge that last auto attack what killed him. And as well, if I stayed with the Akwang, we might have been able to survive both killing the Raijin. Should have just watched what did Raijin use. He used his escape, used his 2, he used his 1. So there was not an awful lot he could have done after that. Definitely should have stayed with the auto attacks and try to help my Akwang. Fortunate misplay on my part as well. A bit of a rough start, kind of threw me off as well. The Thanatos invade, not an awful lot. I'm not really used to it anymore. I haven't played Conquest in a long time, and invading isn't as common in the game as well. So that kind of threw me off a bit. There are 4 in the right lane. I can't really rotate. I don't have my boots up. I don't have an awful lot of mana. So I'll just kind of figured I could just head back. There's not an awful lot I could have done. I should have rotated from the get-go if I knew they were going to rotate, but that's just a bit unfortunate. Bakasura died in the solo lane against the Vamana. Bit unfortunate. I think the Vamana had his ultimate. I'm not sure if he used it, but that's just a bit rough. At this point I am a level 5. Bakasura rage quits. I think it's a rage quit because he doesn't return. That's just a heads up. So this will be a 4v5 the entire game. But we're kind of getting back to it. You'll probably see why in a few seconds. Warding, very important if you're against the Thanatos. Seeing him coming is a lot more important than trying to kill him. Especially because his heal is just nuts. Let's see, can we do some damage? No, nice side juke. beautiful block, but I use my ultimate, an awful lot of damage, and we are able to maybe pick up the Sobek, yes, and minion waves, yes, we are able to pick up Thanatos as well. Perfectly timed Aegis on my part, prevented the Thanatos from killing me, and also helps out because he was not able to heal himself on me when he would have killed me. So that really turned out in our favor, really nice. I don't have an awful lot of health. I could rotate back. I elect not to go for it, especially since it's kind of an odd game to begin with. I'm not sure where everyone is at the moment, but still, no problem. Kinda let Vamana know that, well, that at least someone needs to defend the left lane. It's a bit rough, especially because the enemy Vamana is level 7, our Vamana is level 5. He's also a support build, so he has the Watcher's Gift. No use has been found on that item when he is playing solo. So that makes it really rough for him. And the fact that we're 4v5 is definitely not even more difficult. But what do I think of Anubis in this game mode? Anubis is pretty shit. I kind of figured the Vamana would retreat, but he didn't go for it. Nice ultimate to counteract my stun coming out. Still awful lot of damage and we just burst him down. He doesn't have an awful lot of chance. At this point his regen and defense isn't high enough for him to survive that engagement. Sobek probably looking for the pluck. Will not be able to get it. I do have my ultimate now, so if he goes for it I can just counter ult if I'm on time. And that way I can just make sure I don't get pulled by him. At this point I am actually quite fat, even though we had a really rough start. A very odd start as well. I'm level 8 as well as the enemy Raijin, but at this point the enemy of Vamana. But still, we're holding up pretty good, especially if you consider it's 4v5. It's not even like we lost that hard, but the Baxter really had a rough time. Bit unfortunate. Stun just out of range makes it a bit more difficult. If I hit my stun, it probably would have been a kill because he did use his escape. I'm not sure if his beats are up, but if those are up, then he might have survived anyway. Doesn't really matter. I missed the stun. Was a bit out of range. I could just throw out my 3. I like to max out. Oh crap. That's a Sobek. Let's see. Do I have enough burst? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think actually there was some kind of heal in between because he did get some healing. Yes, Sobek used his meditation. If Sobek didn't have his meditation, I would have had the kill on the Raijin. So that's a bit unfortunate, but it is down. I didn't realize it when I was playing, but it definitely happened because I did see him heal a bit. The meditation down on Sobek for quite some time. A bit unfortunate. If that meditation was not up or if he did not have it, then I would have been able to kill Raijin. Maybe survive with my life, probably not. But still, it would have been a lot better trade. Even though Raijin did use his ultimate. Not sure why. Probably because he was scared. Or maybe to give him some CC immunity. Probably not. Just a bit unfortunate. But I like to max my 3 first. It's a lot safer. Kind of looking for the stun. Ah, that's unfortunate. One tick was just barely not enough. Thanatos. No, sight will not hit me. If you dodge the sight, he pretty much doesn't have anything left. Oh, Kwang is able to pick up that kill. Sweet. But unfortunate. Can't help him out. My stun was on cooldown for just a bit. I tried to do as much damage as I could, but Thanatos backed off enough. And I think the Vamana has magical defense. I'm not sure. I didn't hit an awful lot on him. I do reduce the magical defense from the Vamana with my passive, but it's just not enough at this point. I kind of want to help out my teammate. Let's see if I'm able to gank. He dashed in, so if I am able to pick him up... Ah, that's rough. I really thought I had the range. Still kind of scaring him. He has his dash up again, and he kind of used it. I'm not too afraid to use my ultimate. That's something that people underestimate. A Thanatos, not a Thanatos. Anubis can definitely hit his ultimate free aim, and if you use your roll, you wasted your only real escape. Nice block. And with my team's help, we are able to pick up the Sobek as well. So this turned out a 3-for-0. But unfortunately enough, there's a Raijin. I should not have hugged the wall. I should have went to the left side and into the lane. Maybe I would have survived if I did that, but I think he would be able to hit at least 2 of them, and that would have been enough to kill me off. So I died. It's a bit unfortunate. Something about Anubis. Anubis is a probably the most immobile god in existence at the moment. He has 2 abilities where he needs to stand still for. He doesn't have an steroid to increase his movement speed. He doesn't have any other things to deal with. Anything of gank or whatever. He doesn't have a leap, doesn't have a dash. So that makes him kind of difficult sometimes. That's also one of the reasons I max out my 2 first before my 1. The damage is always there. I don't have an awful lot of kill potential to begin with if I don't have enough time to deal the damage with my 1. And maxing out my stun will help out providing that. And nice silence from the Thanatos. Raijin still picked up. I kinda need to use my ultimate at this point, try to lifesteal as much as possible. Thanatos, smart enough not to attack me. If he attacks me, he will be slowed. I try to juke, but unfortunately enough, the Sobek plug guarantees the thunder of the Thanatos, and he's able to pick me up. As you can see, the thunder damage. Actually doing a good amount of damage, about 1/10 of my entire health, but since I didn't have an awful lot left, bit unfortunate. We would have had a very good chance if we were with 5 of us. That's really unfortunate that the Bakasura left. Really sucks a lot, because we aren't doing bad at all, but it's just the case that every single time we win a fight, there's one left again on the enemy side to rotate and get some kills, picking us up when we can't really get away. I did pick up Aegis. Aegis is probably the best counter to a lot of their abilities. You can get rid of Rama ultimate, Thanatos ultimate, Thanatos side, as well as Raijin's ultimate. There's just a lot of things I can avoid with that active. I probably need about 3 of those actives if I want to perfectly try to, try to survive. I need probably 3 Aegises, maybe 1 Blink, 2 Beats, and I probably should be fine when I am Anubis. That's the downside of Anubis. He can really use like 3-4 actives to perform like he should, and that's just for the fact that he is so immobile. Beautiful knock-up, interrupting the leap, and we are able to pick up the Raijin. Beautiful, well done, nice play on the Vamana. Ooh, that's a Thanatos wiggling, not able to dodge, and that's... oh my god, the Vamana left me. No, Vamana, why? Able to pick up the Thanatos. I try to do as much as possible. I have my Aegis. My team is not close enough. I tried to juke as much as possible, and at that point I knew I was dead. Tried to deal as much damage as I could. I figured Vamana was closer or tried to rotate. Vamana is not, the enemy Vamana is not in the left lane, so he's kinda alone in the left lane. I think we would have won that entire fight if the Vamana stick with me or return to the fight. Bit unfortunate, but you probably will be able to pick up a tower, but I'm not sure if that's worth it, especially since I will lose a lot of farm, as well as the Kronos who died as well as our Quang who died. I'm not sure what he died to, but that's alright. I picked up the Pen Boots. Pen Boots are probably a lot better for Anubis, and that's just for the fact that it provides a bit more burst, and he's all about the burst. He also has the Bancroft's Talon, a lot of burst, especially when you're lower on health, so that's just a lot stronger. I really think we kind of had a chance if the Bakasura didn't leave, because they aren't too good, to be honest. I mean, I get the opportunity to kill multiple people with my ultimate, with my 3 combination, without even using my stun for it, so that's kind of interesting. Raijin, use this escape. At this point I can just deal as much damage as I can, stunning him. Nice beats Aegis. If he did not use his beats and Aegis, he would have died immediately, but since we're with 3 of us, he doesn't really have an opportunity to survive. We can go for this Gold Fury. I kinda want to zone out this Thanatos. I'm not sure why he is going for this. That's just a bit unfortunate. Maybe I should not have used my ultimate, but our Quang definitely should not have went into that fight with the amount of health he had. My team don't want to go for the Gold Fury anymore. Kind of makes sense. The Rama was there, he warded it, so not an awful lot we can do to get it. At this point, all we can do is try to pick up as many towers as we can, but Sobek rotating kinda prevents me from doing so. Missing my stun, nice sprint on Sobek prevents me from being able to hit that. So it was a nice sprint use, but he is not able to kill off the Chronos, it looks like. Oh, that's enough mana. And the Raijin, oh crap, and they're focusing me as well. The Chronos got away because they ignored him. Chronos is a lot more mobile with his second ability active, but he is chased down by the Rama, and I don't think he will be able to escape this. Probably not. No, the Thanatos guarantees that kill. Bit unfortunate. At this point I kind of want to get another lifesteal item since we are fighting a lot. They don't have an awful lot of magical defense. Only the Sobek is building it. Well, actually the Vamana has it as well, but if I can keep myself alive, that's probably a lot better. And I have no opportunity to run away anyway. Thanatos with additional movement speed, they all have a dash. So there's no real way for me to get away if they are with all of them. Or with more than one. So it's kind of come to the point where it's burst or get bursted. And them having an additional man really helps out to, well, not get bursted. Bit unfortunate, I missed my stun. If I hit that stun, Sobek would have died, guaranteed. He doesn't have beats, I think. With a nice Sobek... Okay, nice. With a nice Chrono stun, I actually meant. We would have been able to pick up the Raijin, and it was the case. Let's see, Sobek, nice Sobek dash. Vamana will definitely be able to chase up to him. He has the winged blade, so I kind of wanted to rotate, kind of prevent the Thanatos from getting more out of it, but just lifestealing up a bit. Aokwang actually disconnecting, he will come back, but it doesn't really matter too much at this stage. Thanatos going into the sky, going for his ultimate. See him coming, use my Aegis, prevent his sight as well. Nice preemptive beats, not to get stunned. But I use my weakening curse, he can't really heal up even if he hits his sight. At that point he was basically screwed, but I'm screwed at this point. Too much, and I can't really do anything. My cooldowns are too long to continue fighting. Some cooldown reduction would help me out as well, but there are just too many items I really need at this point to properly fight the way we are fighting. And there's also not really a tower close by, nearby for me to kind of take cover in. So that also makes things a bit difficult. So overall, kind of rough game. It doesn't really have to do this game, at least, with the fact that I'm Anubis. I think it actually went pretty well, me being Anubis. Especially if you consider it's 4 on 5. I actually was able to get a lot of kills. Early game I had a few misplays that might have prevented one of my teammates getting killed, but just, well, we all learn from our mistakes, I guess, because, well, you just have to continue. You can't really do an awful lot about it anymore. So at this point we can just farm up. The game is pretty much over. Surrender vote coming out. Honestly, I don't really want to surrender. I kind of feel like I don't want to, I kind of feel like it's a good challenge, but, well, yeah, it's I know, it's a bit, I've a feeling that both I can accept. I mean, I can accept a surrender because it's 4 on 5, we don't really have a chance, but I also kind of want to go. Sprint activated by Sobek, turn around quickly for that stun, otherwise he would have been able to pull me. Dodging his ability, kind of wanted to counter ult. A lot of damage, but he has Bulwark of Hope and he's able to survive. And at this point I felt like the game is over. I just surrendered. I wanted to try at least to defend. Was not able to pick up the Sobek. A bit unfortunate. I really don't like it when people rage quit. It's kind of... I feel like it's kind of weak. It's probably a lot better to just try and get back to it. I mean, I've been behind in a lot of games and I'm able to pull back into it with good positioning, being a little bit more careful, farming up a bit, but that's just a bit unfortunate. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this part. If you enjoyed this one, definitely check out the next one, because the next one is a lot different than this one. You will definitely like it. Thanks for the request again. I played Conquest again a bit and actually kind of enjoyed it. Still something I really need to get used to is keeping track of the player positions enemy wise, as well as what abilities are used, and then in that regard the main abilities are escapes but also major burst abilities. For instance, in the early game I our Quang got killed when we were fighting the Raijin, and he used every single ability he had on me. So I should have just fought him because he used everything. But that's alright. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.